Hey you guys, thanks for coming on to this week's Refill Friday. Just want to talk to you guys about the money game. That's right, you guys. So, what's the difference between Visa and Cash and Monopoly? Well, we're about to figure that out right now. Hey, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and subscribe to the notifications while you're at it. All right, you guys. Thanks for tuning in, like I said, to this week's Refill Friday. Let's go. Hey you guys, thanks for tuning on to this week's Refill Friday. Once again, this is Ken.the.don here, bringing you all things from business, finance, and relations. Listen, I wanted to talk to you guys really quick about the money game, all right? The money game, the money game, the money game. What does that mean entirely? So understanding your money, understanding how to manage your money, and understanding how to allow it to work for yourself and to grow. That is the money game. So in order to understand that, you need to understand the history of your money. And the history of your money begins all the way back into 630 BC. It actually began about 5,000 years ago. Before that, in Egypt and such, when it came to them exchanging gold and silver and such. But we always used a weight system, all right, you guys? We never really had where we made it value and we made it currency. So it was bartering. It was giving you 3 pineapples for your fish. It was giving you 2 loaves of bread for your cow. It was giving you sometimes, a daughter for your empire and things of that sort. So from there, they were on the right track, okay? Egypt was on the right track, but it wasn't money yet. It wasn't considered money. So 630 BC, roughly around there, it was like 630 to 680 BC, we had the dawn of a new age, which is money, all right? And what is money, you guys, okay? So money is a medium of exchange, a medium of exchange, sorry, you guys, unit of account, it's portable, it's divisible, and it's fungible, meaning that it is interchangeable. What do you mean by that? Like, why are you talking so fast? I wrote a little note for you guys. Woo woo. But yeah, so like I said, money is a medium of exchange. Money has a unit of account. It's portable, divisible, durable. I did that backwards. Fungible and interchangeable. So the difference between money and currency is all of these things, but money, as well as all of these things, stores a value, okay? It has value in it. So money is like gold, silver. That is true money, okay, you guys? That is your true wealth. That is your true, I just want to make sure you can see it because I'm backing up for the sake of video editing, but I want you to still see the sign. But yeah, it is silver, it is gold, it is something that stores value. So like I said, back in the day, before we made currency, there was bartering, there was trading, we traded things. That's how we did it, all right, you guys? Then it moved from that to where we made currency. Lydia was the first place to make it. We had the currency in 630, 680 BC, and then currency became the thing, all right? So it became booming, it became prosperous, they became healthy. Not only did they become healthy, they became such a great working system. They are the first record in some histories of civilization, being the first great economic system and the first great system where they had markets. They had a great tax system. All right, everything was just perfect for them. Lydia was the it wasn't Lydia. It was actually it was Lydia who created currency, but then it was Athens. My corrections. It was Athens who became the greatest the greatest system that worked, where it came from the taxes, like I said, in the markets, all of that when it came to money and using currency. All right. When it came, I know I broke down the difference between currency and money in the beginning, but I might talk and say money and currency, but you know what I mean, all right, you guys? But yeah, Athens created the greatest working system there was. They were the first empire to start. They had everything, okay, until war. That's how the system works. And this is what I wanted to talk to you guys about, the history of your money. In order to understand the money game, you need to understand the history of money. All right, you guys. So it goes from Athens. They have they have a working, healthy tax system. Everything is working great. They have markets. They're trading. They're giving. They have change. They have the coins. It was a trade of the gold versus the copper that they had. Okay, so it was equal value. So if you had gold, it was equal value to the copper that you had, or if you had, it's called the Gresham's law, I think it is, or it's the Gresham's law. So the Gresham's law is basically if you have gold and stuff, but you have copper and you have like dimes and things of that sort, this is what you're going to spend first before you spend your $20 bill, isn't it? All right, that's the Gresham's law. So you spend the bad or the lesser value before you spend the greater value. So they had gold and such, but like I said, because Athens created money and they created this system of having coins and dollar bills and such, or not necessarily dollar bills, because this was back in them times, but you know what I mean. They had coins and such that actually had value. Okay, so they had these things that had a value. Let me slow down, you guys. I'm sorry. I get excited about talking about money. But yeah, so Athens had this working system. They had this money. They had this great city developing. They're growing. So obviously, because they're developing, obviously because they're growing, things became to where they had to have soldiers, and then they have this whole economic system growing with the soldiers, and then that awareness to other towns and other people creates what? War, like I said, until war. So they had this great working system. They had this great tax system. Once war came, they used from gold being 1-to-1 to now gold is 1, and then they had the copper being 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then they had 8, 9 to 1. All right. So you understand the math of that, the math of having the value of basically this valuing $20, okay? But really, I have behind it like 40, okay? That's how it was. So it's like, all right, now it's doubled. We're doubling the money. There's war. Now the war has to be funded. So now we're making more money from the gold. And then this is when the inflation comes, okay, you guys? So then the inflation comes, and we understand. I say we understand, but I hope you're starting to understand the financial lingo and such. But when it comes to that inflation pool and such, when that inflation pool rises of making more and more money, then that means prices has to rise. And when prices rise, that sponge sucks up all the money, and then there's no money. All right. And like I said, then we have this value of where it was 1 gold to 1, now it's 2-to-1, and as it begins to multiply, that's where deficits come in. That's where the loss starts to come, and then that's when people start to lose faith, and then they move on. And that's what happened. Okay, that's what happened with the fall of Athens. It went from having such great money, good money, then it develops, and they start getting better, and then they get into more economic endeavors, and they start growing, and then went from growing to creating a military, and then once they created military, they had war, and then once from war, the funding had to be debased, and then once the funding was debased, it went from that to inflation to loss to new money and a wealth transfer. Okay, money is never lost. Money is never lost. You remember the difference between money and currency, okay? Money is never lost. It's only transferred. Wealth is always transferred. Do you realize the gold that was here back in Egypt days when they were trading is the same gold that is here now today, all right? The same silver is here now today, all right? That stuff cannot, you cannot get rid of it. They still to this day, they say scholars still to this day do not understand gold. 35 plus years, and they still don't understand it. All right, you guys. So this is why we have currency. Gold and silver is money. Currency is the dollar bill, the yen, whatever you have now. Okay, that is what technically, that's what currency is. Okay, so wealth isn't misplaced. Like I said, it's only transferred. And right now we are experiencing the greatest transfer of times. This is why I'm on here. This is why I'm talking. I know I was rambling a little bit in the beginning and it was hard for you to probably understand me, but I'm excited just doing my research, reading books on finance, reading books on the history of money, reading books on the histories of legacies. Not the history of legacies, but the history of certain empires and such. You begin to understand that money has been here and that money is not going anywhere and it's always transferred. We are making currency, we are making different things that mean all the same. I'm not trying to come on here and create no conspiracy talking or anything. Go to the revenue website and look at it. It tells you this is about the same value as this, okay? This is about the same value as this. Your dollar is the same value as monopoly money. But the U.S. controls everything and the government controls everything. So we say that it's real. We use it to exchange. We use it to be durable, to be fungible, to be portable, to do what it needs to do, to be that medium of exchange. But it is not money. Money stores value. Okay? That's what I want you to get moving forward. All right. So, all right, you said the history of money. What does that pertain to the money game? And what does that pertain to me now? All right, so now, like I said, money does not mean anything. And because money does not mean anything, you have the capabilities and you have the standpoint now and the mindset and the knowledge to move forward and to go out there and to crush it. How can you connect those two, Ken? How can you connect those two and give me the history of money and then say you can play in the money game? Because now that you know what's fungible, now that you know what's actually a medium of exchange, okay? True wealth, true money is your time and your freedom. Let's start there. True wealth and true money. True wealth and true freedom. God, why am I messing up? And I'm not going to edit this, but true wealth and true grace, true happiness is your time, and then it is your freedom. Okay, you guys, when you have your time and you have your freedom, that's worth more than money. Okay, but we're talking about real money, so let me stop. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just excited. I'm excited. Like, sidebar, just to be real with you guys. Had a great day. My shirts came in. Woo woo. Young Money Mogul shirts. So I'm understanding the money game. I'm beginning to learn. Like I said, I read my books. It's like 1 a.m. right now. But I've been reading books all night about money and finances and stuff. So right now I'm fired up. I'm happy. So true wealth is your time and your freedom. All right, you guys. Things that are obvious are made seem like they're secret, and it's not, okay? The money game is not hard. The money game is made to seem like it's such a secretive thing. It's a hard thing to achieve, but it's not, okay? Like I said, history is going to continue to repeat itself, all right? So now come over to us. I want to just talk a little bit more about our history, all right, from the USA standpoint. So now we have where in the beginning, I'll say like around 1920s and such, a little bit before 1920s, we stopped trading and it went to where we did the gold exchange standard. So it was regular $20 for gold. You know, gold was worth $20. Gold really isn't worth, like I said, $20 is worth more than that. We don't understand gold. Gold comes from stars. Gold comes from a star exploding or combusting and then, landing on Earth. So, gold exchange standard, that's where we started. We had the gold exchange standard. It was $20 for gold. That was the value of it. Then people started catching on when it came to your dollar bills and was like, this isn't really real. I want my money, which is gold. So then they started going to banks and saying, hey, give me my money. So then you start getting your money back. And as they start getting their money, their gold back. Sorry, I won't try to make that distinction and keep messing you up. But as they started getting their gold back, they started to understand that banks started to be like, okay, wait, hold on. We have your gold. Calm down. We have your money. Calm down. Like, no. So they, to try to stop us, they started to do where it was $50. This, it says 500, but just imagine $50 was worth your $20 gold. So then there was a 40% ratio difference right there, you guys. From your gold, just imagine this is gold, to the dollar bill. This happened in the 1920s. All the way to like 1940, 1940. Things led up to the change of this, which was the war. Okay, we started having like World War I, Pearl Harbor, Hitler in World War II. The things started happening to where the U.S. was like, oh, war is good for the economy, and they were saying that only because Europe was giving us gold and paying us to help them. So then it's, oh, war is good for the economy, and it was helping us continue to store more gold and have more gold, because now by the end of all of these wars, we had 2/3 of the gold in the whole entire world. Okay, so now there was only 1/3 of gold for the rest of the world to fight over, to use, and then Europe had none. Okay, Europe had no gold at this point, and so after the war and such, then France, this is like the 1960s, France was like, hold on. Okay, well, so no, sorry, let me back up. So yeah, Europe gave us gold, but we owed them money because we still bought stuff while we were there. We still traded back and forth between them for 6 years. We still traded and did things with them. So like I said, that's why they said war was good for the economy, because we were trading money and trading things between Europe and the US. So we're trading dollar bills as far as like goods and things of that sort. So then around 1960s, after they given us all their gold, basically, like I said, after the war, they given us all our gold, and we're still trading between them after this. 6 years after this, we're still trading between, and we have the dollar bill. And then they realized, okay, the gold is worth more than the dollar bill. What we did back in the 1920s is what France decided to do. They were like, oh, run me my money, not my currency, run me my money. So then they wanted their gold back, and then they got their gold. And as they began to get their gold, then we once again, hold up, wait a second. Like, Nixon, 1971, was like, look, we're just going to abolish this whole gold and this is value this. Nah, gold is off the table now. So like I said, this is what I mean by 35 plus years. Since 1971, we have stopped, well, now it's over 40 now. But I was reading a book that said 35 plus, I'm sorry, you guys. But since 1971, we took gold off the table. We stopped worrying about gold. We stopped trying to understand it. We stopped valuing it. Like all that. We just took it straight off the table and said, y'all money is valued by our money, and that our money is backed by gold. To stop them from taking all of our gold, we said, all right, now the yen, the euro, the Aussie money, all that is backed by the US dollar. And then the US dollar is backed by cha-ching gold. So now all of these things, we just keep, like I said, it's keep a cycle. If you want to know anything about the future, look at the past. And that's even in your own life. If you want to learn about your future, where you're going to be, look at your past. And I don't mean that in any condescending or negative way, but it's a more of an awakening way for you. If you are continuing to create the same cycles over and over and over again, that's the same outcomes you're going to get. So if you want to have a new experience in your life, if you want to have a newness, if you want to have an openness, if you want to have something where you are experiencing a freshness and a new daily, monthly, yearly, whatever the case may be in your life, you need to experience the new, and you need to continue to walk and in it, and not repeat the same habits. But like I said, unfortunately for the US, unfortunately for just the world as a whole, history continues to repeat itself. So now the US does this. So what happens? We have to create the inflation, meaning we start making more money. We start doing the debasement all over again. So not only was the money $50 to $20 worth of gold, and it was a $40, a 40% difference in value. Now we've made everybody's money on our currency valued off of the US dollar, and then it's backed by our gold. Question: how much gold does the US have right now? I'll leave that for you to figure out for yourself. If you made it this far, it's been 20 minutes now. If you made it this far, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thanks for liking. Thanks for tuning in this far. I really appreciate it. I know sometimes it may seem like rambling, but money is important to know. Finances is important to know. And eventually I will be able to condense these and be able to talk about it a lot quicker. But this is my heart. This is my passion. Making sure that you understand wealth, making sure that you understand finances, making sure that you understand your money, and growing from that. All right, you guys. So, like I said, so now we got 1971 where Nixon's like, all right, hold up. So now we got this whole thing where it was called the Bretton Woods Act, or the Bretton Woods Law, I guess to say. And this was 1944. So this happens in 1944 to about, like I said, 1971 and such. We're doing where the U.S. is backed by this now. So, like I said, 1960, Nixon France like, hold up, we wanna go, and we was like, hold on. We'll just take gold off the table. How about that? So instead of giving people their gold, we gave France their gold, but instead of continuing to do it, and then everyone else starting to say, oh, hey, we want our money too. Nah, we just took it off the table. So now we take gold off the table. We're running just by money. Now we've already seen the cycle of how after war is inflation. After inflation, their prices go up, things go up, and then there's a crash, there's a losing faith, and then the money transfers, and then there's a new currency. It always happens. We're continuing that cycle. That's the money game, you guys. That's the money game. It's a lot, isn't it? So, the U.S. right now, they're continuing to print money, and we're continuing to loan it out. There's nothing to back it. There's nothing to prove its value. There's nothing that stores its actual value in it. So it's about to be time for a new monetary system. Meaning, get ahead of the game. I know you're probably like, oh, you're just saying that, you know what to say next or whatever. No, for real. Get ahead of the game. If there's going to be a new currency, if there's going to be a new money system, what are you doing that you're going to be prepared for that? All right? Just speaking right now, it's June for me, okay? Still COVID-19, still not trying to be around a lot of people, still practicing social distancing, and already was very, hygienic and OCD about certain things, but still being conscious and aware about that. Do you realize the amount of ingenuity and the amount of creativity that has come out of this from certain people? Working from home, being at home, even myself, doing more videos and working more on this. You need to jump on the waves, not of the patterns, but of the times that are in front of you. Don't jump on the patterns, because like I said, certain cycles happen, but jump on the waves of it, okay? When the economy crashes, when money is down, right now, house rates are going down, interest rates are going down, things are becoming a lot more affordable. Schools are becoming a lot more accessible. Take this opportunity to jump in and better yourself. Better yourself with a degree. Better yourself with an accolade behind your name. Better yourself with knowledge in your pocket. The best thing you can do is give yourself knowledge. And that's why I'm on here for almost a half an hour rambling, because I want you to have as much knowledge as you can. And I might not express it the best way that I know how, but my job and my duty is to talk to you and to give you everything that I have when it concerns business, finance, and relations. And that's what it is when it comes to the money game, you guys. All right, you guys, we need to understand the cycles of certain things. So sound money, it always starts with sound money. Then from sound money, it goes to layers of public work. After those layers of public work, you need to build your massive military. And from building that massive military, there's going to be a war. And from that war, currency debasement happens. And when the currency debasement happens and the money is devalued and becomes less value from what it was and what it is, there becomes a loss of faith. Because what is there to work for? What is there to do for? And in these times, that's when the creatives come. That's when the crises begin to happen, and then there's a currency crisis, and things are beginning to get low. But then the creatives come, and the ingenuitors come, and the people who are trailblazers and plowers, they come and they create a new system. All right. So what's next? What new monetary system do you think is gonna come from out of this? Let's continue the conversation below, you guys, and talk about this, all things business, finance, relations. I want to hear what you have to say. I know I stuttered a lot, and I probably was all over the place a little bit. I do apologize for that, but I'm always open to constructive criticism. And like I say, I wanted to hear what you guys have to say and hear what you guys think about this. The money system, 7 stages of an empire. We're going to continue to experience crashes, you guys, but there's always going to be better. It's always going to be better. Unfortunately, it's just a cycle. If you want to have a crystal ball, if you want to know your future, like I said, look into the past. Once again, you guys, thanks for tuning in to this week's Refill Friday. This is Ken.the.don. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification, turn on the notifications for me, you guys. I am grateful and appreciative to all of you, like I said, who have continued and watched this to the end. If you made it this far, you're awesome. So thank you. Have a good one.